Did you see the Minotaur? I can swim!
Sounds like quite the adventure, students. You're all right then? We've got a couple of bumps and bruises, but I think Shay's dad is really hurt. We'll take care of you. All of you. And then you'll tell us about the treasure? You must be Roy's daughter. Yes, I think it's time we told each other everything.
Later.
And then the tunnels brought us here, to Shipmaker's Bay. Ah, that all makes sense. It does? Seekers, what do you see?
This ship is called Endurance.
That was the name of Shackleton's ship.
I saw a carving in Atlantic that said, I will either find a way or make one. That's our school motto. How could that be here?
The reason we all feel energy in our fingertips, the reason you passed through that door you said called for Atlantean blood, and the reason this ship seems so familiar is because we are.
And the reason this ship seems so familiar is because
descended from here. We are all Atlanteans.
And Ebony kept this information from me. Probably so she could keep all the treasure for herself.
I'm not sure there's anything I can say to convince you that's not true. But maybe I can show you. Students, if you wouldn't mind. This place was not called Atlantis when people lived here. Its original name doesn't matter, and it adopted many over the years. Atlantis, Kitej, Kumari Kandan, each held a grain of truth, but never the full story. What mattered here were the people. Our culture was strong, and our resources were plentiful. As advanced as we were compared to the rest of Earth's civilizations. As advanced as we were compared to the rest of Earth's civilizations. No one imagined that tectonic plate shifts would make.
No one imagined that tectonic plates
make our home uninhabitable. Many people were able to flee in their ships, but not everyone. Those of us who survived were scattered to the winds. We had no home. Before we even had the words in Latin, our motto was the same. Aut viam inveniam, aut faciem. I will either find a way or make one. Through the generosity of other civilizations, we made our way in the world. We shared pieces of our history. We learned about theirs. Some cultures appreciated our gifts, even revered them. Others hated them out of fear or jealousy. Over time, many of us lost our history, but we always felt an unspoken connection with one another, and we were drawn back to the island. Whenever we made it back here, we left a tribute